When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome, everyone, to Palo Alto, California, the farm and the home of the Stanford Cardinal. As we'll see, the number 3 team in the country, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on a team from the Pac-12, the Stanford Cardinal. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Stanford about to tee it up to get this one going. Let's see what he can do with the return. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. So Notre Dame's offense will start this game off. Blowouts in rivalry games can be the result of a number of factors. Sometimes teams start pressing. Sometimes it just gets away. Sometimes they didn't have the right mindset. The last time they got together, lopsided. What happens this time, David?
But either way, last time affects this time because all you heard about is we weren't even competitive. This is a rivalry game, a big-time game. We didn't show up. We just...
Oh, he's got some space. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
There's nothing better than opening drive, coming out as an away team. Everybody's got all that excitement, all that energy, and being able to run the football and physically exert yourself to start a football game.
Takes a hit as he fires. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Bringing it back. Touchdown, Stanford! The defense takes matters into its own hands.
What a play by the defense, coming out early in the game on the very first drive and setting the tone. Not just forcing a 3-and-out, not just forcing a punt. How about creating a turnover and taking it to the house? Pick 6.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Leaves it with the back. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Quarterback had everything he wanted there. He knew pre-snap exactly where he was going. Of course he was going to be going towards his primary target. Just can't hook up to the completion.
The Irish trying to keep this drive moving on 3rd and short. Quarterback making adjustments. They'll throw on 3rd and short. Going over the top. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Hauls it in and looking upfield. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. So the Stanford Cardinal offense comes out, and they'll have it for the first time today. And the story is going to be in this one. Will this quarterback be able to operate before that big fella on the defensive front gets right in his grill, Jesse?
And listen, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the country, but he better play with the clock in his head in this one. He's not going to have a lot of time. There were a lot of quarterbacks around the SEC that probably felt this way back when they played the Georgia Bulldogs and David Pollack, right?
Yeah, especially those real teams with Jordan Davis and Nolan Smith and Jalen Carter. But, like, here's what's fun. You can't throw the ball off your back. And that's what this guy's going to try to do. Get to the quarterback, affect him. The bottom line is every quarterback becomes really human when you hit him. Can he hit him and make him human?
You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong, the emotions are so real.
Breaks into the open. Ripping through the defense. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down.
What an individual effort there by the quarterback on the RPO, because everybody was covered. He just takes off, and he shows you his ability out in the open field. He's like a running back. He's got great vision. He's got the speed. He looks so natural when he's in the second level carrying the rock. Huge gain on offense by the Q. I love it on that play.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking for space. It's Fowler. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. After the last run, would you just give it to him again on 3rd down? From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Cardinal! The AT unit on the field. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finish it by firing one in from the 13 for the score. He'll bring it out. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here come the Irish back on offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use again.
There he goes. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
Zone coverage means everybody's looking at the quarterback. So now, when I'm a wide receiver, I got to make sure I know I fit in the hole between these zones. I know where they're dropping to, and I know where I need to get to. Great job by the wide receiver.
Turning on the Jets. He's at the 10. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped.
Well, this offense is showing you it doesn't take a lot of time for them to generate explosive plays through the air. Big completion on the previous play. They take another shot and hit it, and they have
He's going for the goal line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. That his 40th career touchdown run.
This guy's had a lot of success throughout his career, but 40 touchdowns is something that's pretty commendable, David. He continues to challenge himself each and every game and every year to get better.
Yeah, just the consistency has been so impressive. The offense is built around him. Like, he's going to get the football, he's going to be featured, and still finds the end zone week after week.
Lining up for the PAT. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. The early scripts have worked trying to add to this 14-7 lead. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. They go to the ground. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Got it in the middle. It's Barrett. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down.
Well, they execute the in route. How about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
In the gun and looking to throw on 3rd down. Grab near the marker. It's Potw. Oh, my goodness, he's still moving. Nice job to pick pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42. That's now 200 catches in his career.
It's so impressive because of his dependability. This guy has been consistent, David, week in, week out. He shows up, and he makes plays.
And it's easy to coach a guy like that. Consistent, does the work, catches the football, you know where he's going to be. That's why he's got 200 catches. Don't you love energetic defenses that fly around and make things happen? The ones that get in the backfield, the running back tries to go somewhere. Where do you want him to go? There is nowhere to go. Nice job by the defense creating the tackle for a loss on first down.
Short gain on the play before he spotted.
We don't see this very much in college football anymore. Quarterbacks just taking care of their bodies and making smart decisions. Get down on the ground so you don't take one of these big hits from these nasty defensive players, and just give yourself a chance to make it through the rest of this game.
Stanford to the line on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed in the middle, it's Perez. And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the first down? Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. He boomed it through, a 50-yard field goal, showing off that powerful leg.
How about it? 50-plus, no problem, big leg, nice accuracy. That's a big-time kick for this young man.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They're quickly in a 10-point hole, trailing 17-7 and needing to put together a drive. Unloads it downfield. Snags it on the right. Hits the crease. Touchdown, Irish! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching it.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown, just like that. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers it well and not give back that last score. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll go to the ground. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. Now, I'm not going to argue if this production keeps up as we start the second. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Trying play action. Fires to the big fella. Coaches talk about running with violence, running with bad intentions. That's what that looks like as he gets it up to the 32. The Cardinal come to the line facing third and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
And how about the defense getting home with the pass rush? Playing man coverage in the back end. You need to win up front. Those guys got to get to the quarterback. Do a great job rushing the passer. I can play man when I got a pass rush like that.
Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Here come the Irish back on offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Wants to throw on first down. He fires one deep down the right side. Finds a seam. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So see, quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. Fielded in the end zone, it's Rourke. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. The RPO, it's complete. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
Oh, they're after him. Going to try to get it himself. The last thing you need is this guy getting knocked around. Wisely avoids the hit with the slide. Stanford lines up to punt it away. Just needs a crack to get a return. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. They'll run it to the right side. He's stopped after getting a yard out to the 30.
And you want to run the football. I mean, that's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Back to pass. He's taking the shot. Makes the grab on the big throw. Off and running. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a two-play drive. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Rourke. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. They come out now down by 2 possessions, 28-17, and hoping to use this drive to draw closer. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting to throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Rushes on him. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
Oh, that's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front they could not protect him well enough.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. The Cardinal will have to boot it away. They'll get it out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him down. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Bringing the heat. Got his man downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down.
And with that pass right there, over 300 yards. That's a good day at the office. Being able to execute, doing a good job seeing what's coming, anticipating, taking some shots today, but has held really strong, put up some good numbers.
Rolling right and going deep. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete. So now it's 2nd and long. The give to the tailback. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule, and it makes those 3rd downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
You got to love the rhythm this quarterback is in here on this drive, guys. 2 completions. He's seeing the safety rotation. That time, saw the one-on-one matchup he wanted, took his shot. He is in a groove.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
Using the quick game. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. We've got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the 1st without scoring. To the ground to try to move the chains. Touchdown, Irish! And they take it in for 6 more points. Look, it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you've been hit in the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive quick.
And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. They march 79 yards on the drive and close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Rourke. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to...
Picked off. What a play to set him up. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And I like the aggressiveness. I understand you're down, right before the half. You want to go get some points, but you can't turn the football over here. Now you've set the other team up in a position to maybe get more points as the first half's winding down.
They make the stop right at the 30-yard line, but it's a 10-yard pickup and a first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. Looking downfield on first down. There's the pressure. Nice move there. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. Wants to go up top. Lets it go to the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down.
Sometimes as a quarterback, when you're feeling your rhythm and you're feeling yourself, you just want to keep taking shots, right? This guy's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. He saw a look he liked, decided to let her fly. Haven't seen a lot of balls.
He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finished the half like you're supposed to, scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. Last drive ended with a pick. Vitally important to take care of the football this time. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll go to the toss. Shakes off the defender. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. One more snap coming before juice boxes and orange slices. From the gun, the ground game. And he's taken down after a short gain, and that'll do it for us here in the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals. And this offense has been the story through 2 quarters, extending this lead and really dominating almost every aspect of this game. We're talking lethal efficiency from the O-line right on down to the skilled position guys. Although I'd argue those big uglies up front are skilled players in their own right. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. Huge deficit to start this third quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're trailing by this much, this first drive, man, does everything matter and hinge on this? Because every possession in the second half is going to be critical.
Yeah, and I think if you're on offense, why hold back? What are you worried about? Nothing went well in the first half for you, and at this point, trailing by as much as you are, throw caution to the wind, be aggressive, and let's just see what happens.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Now the play fake. Fires to the big fella. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to third down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Perez. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. This Stanford offense is humming. Set up with another first down. Wants to keep it in the air. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. Stanford gets set to snap it on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Wide open downfield. Touchdown, Stanford! And they add 6 more on the board with that trip to the house. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. But then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
And the extra point is good. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And the capper, a 19-yard toss for the touchdown. And he's going to bring this one out. Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. Here come the Irish, back on offense. They still have the lead, but a productive drive here would keep it a comfortable lead. They'll start this drive going to the air. Quickly complete. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Quarterback making checks. Looking to throw on first down. He wants to go deep. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
Well, I like the idea by the offensive play caller here. You're trying to get aggressive. You're trying to find a chunk play, but that time, QB and receiver can't hook up.
The give to the back. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
On third down, he drops to throw. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted for the 11th time. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. To the air on first down. Complete to the left. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Now on 1st and 10 from the 35. Quickly to the tight end. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
He breaks a tackle. Looks as if Stanford will have enough for the first down.
They needed only 1 yard. Good job by the offensive line, getting just enough push to keep this drive alive.
It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
Well, just nowhere to go there, and it started in the pocket. It was collapsing. Quarterback felt it, so he tried to get outside and make something happen himself, but give the defense tons of credit. Excellent job in pursuit. They're able to give up no gain.
He'll slide and avoid the big hit. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. He's already put 3 on the board earlier, this time a 38-yard try. Absolutely perfect. That'll trim the deficit to 15.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And he's going to bring it out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
They'll try the run. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened here.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Got him downfield. Oh, he's got some space. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. Looking to throw on first down. Looking to scramble. Chucked it away just as he was hit. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Well, look, this quarterback has struggled a little bit in this game with interceptions. Maybe he was being too greedy early on. That time made a real good decision. And I'll tell you what, that's a nice catch by the running back because that ball's in the air a long time. You're throwing it all the way out to the flat like that. You look like a receiver making that catch and getting extra yards.
And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on 3rd down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
And he's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to...
Got enough space. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And the route is on. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time.
Delay of game. Offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And perhaps a slightly more difficult attempt from the 8. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. So a drive there of 84 yards. And the capper came on the run to the end zone from the 13. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Oh, he got loose. They bring him down. He's got a first down, but that might be the final play of the third quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Notre Dame has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Wants to throw on first down. Finds his man. It's Best. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. On the ground, it's Fowler. Not much to show for it. This defense has kept them bottled up all day.
I think at this point of the game now in the second half, down by as many points as they are, it's going to be really hard for the offense to sprinkle in the run. They tried it there. It didn't work. I think you got to be thinking about the passing game now and start trying to identify playmakers out in the perimeter of the field that can get you back in this game.
You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks in a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
Caught close to the marker, it's Potw. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
Well, the gamble pays off offensively. Fourth down, being aggressive, and they throw for it. How about the job the receiver does winning his route and giving his quarterback a place to go with the football?
Stanford wants to push the pace. Defense in press coverage. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. And down he goes. Tried to pick his way free, but the defense stops him behind the line. The Cardinal increasing the degree of difficulty after that last play. It's 2nd and long. A strike downfield. Touchdown, Cardinal! And they take it in for 6 more points. That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability at that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive thing.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
And he added the extra point. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. And they close the deal with a 20-yard pass for 6. If they're going to pull off this big rally, they'll need to get this one back. They line up for the onside kick. Here come the Irish back on offense. And what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's 1st down.
I know exactly what I have to do here. Defensively, we got to get the stop. So we're playing run. We're selling out to run because we're thinking they're going to run the football, and we got 3 timeouts. Let's use them wisely. Let's use those timeouts, save as much clock as we can so our offense has some time on the clock to do some damage when they get the football back.
They stop him just short of the 1st down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The Irish might opt to take a shot here on 2nd and inches. Snagged in the middle, it's Foster. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. A great chance to put this game away with a score here on 1st and goal. He's looking to throw. This will be picked off, maybe just the turning point they needed. Past the 50. They finally make the stop, and not only the huge turnover, but the big return has them set up in business. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
He's got the back in the middle. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. The Cardinal come to the line with lots of work to do on 3rd down. Gets the back moving. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Catch in the middle, it's Potw. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the 1st down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. Here comes the heat. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Throws for the tight end. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Stanford!
All right, big touchdown makes it a 9-point game. You got to kick the extra point right now, and then you've got to find a way somehow, some way to get the football back. You're going to have to score again and go for 2. A lot has to go right, but at least you get that touchdown to give yourself an opportunity.
And the extra point is good. So just over 90 seconds to go, and this game's probably going to come to whether they can recover this onside kick. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Guys, you want to be productive here and not go into a shell, but you've got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, and I think you say productive. He's productive at this point in the game is running the clock and getting first down. So, Jesse, I can expect this defense to be aggressive, way up near the line of scrimmage, bringing a bunch of bodies, trying to stop the run.
And that's why it puts a lot of...
Breaks into the open. What a good job to be able to pick up that kind of yardage when you're trying to finish off the game. Notre Dame would love to just bleed this clock dry. Here's the handoff. Heading to the end zone. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Irish.
That is exactly what you want your offense to do. You want it to eat clock, but if you score, go up by 2 possessions, nail, meet, coffin, great execution by this offense to put this game away.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they move on top by 15. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Stanford has it back, the Cardinal offense returning to the field. They'll put this one in play, first snap of the drive from the 25. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the...
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. The hurry up now, second down, clock ticking. Back to pass. Under fire. And he feels the heat coming and it burns him up. Another sack. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. This defense will try to keep everything in front. Throws to the wideout. Working on the right. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
Of 16. Offense is stopped. Will be a turnover on downs.
Great place to start for this offense. He wants to change this route. Looking downfield on 1st down. Got his man on the right. There he goes. Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Takes it into the end zone for the touchdown on the final play. The denouement. The epilogue. The finishing touch. There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident. And David, they were able to go out and execute well enough to get this win.
And it's hard in these rivalry games with all the emotions running so deep. Like, you sometimes get overzealous. Sometimes you get too many...